Hello, hello, hello to all of my wonderful Sagittarius. This is Queen Amun Ra coming to you with a very special reading on today. I hope you all are having a great day today, Sagittarius. But then again, I know you are because that's the intention you set. Yes, Sagittarius, I need to tell you all, just like I've been telling everybody else, because of this snow, the uploads have been extremely slow. Like you all were one of the first ones that I actually uploaded. But when I go back and I look, I'm like, okay, it must be the size of the file because it's one of the slowest ones that uploads for some reason. So, yeah, and that was the last time that I uploaded. I'm like, oh my goodness, do I need to cut the video time short or what? And what is going on, so we can get these videos uploaded. So anyway, Sagittarius, so moving forward, I'm going to try to do something to try to work around this technology issue with the snow and all these things with the videos uploading slower than usual. But we want to get into your reading. This is a general reading. The cards that I'm using are the Light Seers Tarot deck by Chris Ann. These cards right here are the Sacred Self-Care Oracle deck by Jill Pyle. Just in case you all are interested in these are pretty cards. Yes. So just in case you all are interested. But again, we're going to try to work around this technology issue with this snow and this inclement weather, all this other craziness going on. Plus, Mercury was retrograde for a while. So anyway, anywho, let's get into this. We are moving towards fullness. We're moving towards a full moon. Right now, it was a half moon and is moving towards a waxing gibbous moon, which is wonderful, 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 moving towards fullness. And for you, what that means for you is that you should be having a very joyful and a hopeful outlook on life, like really opening up your mind to explore all the possibilities and all the wonderful things that's happening around you, right? Blocking out all the noise around you, like all the distractions, all the people, the naysayers, all of that, Sagittarius, because really your planet is the planet of optimism, right? So absolutely. So it's time for you to block out all that stuff that's just does not serve your highest purpose, Sagittarius. So we're going to get right into your general reading. If you're interested in a personal reading, please contact me. My information is right down below in the description box. Most High God in the universe, please give me a special reading for my wonderful Sagittarius as it relates to every area of their lives, specifically in areas of power and intellect, money and wealth, creativity and emotions, and spirituality, and where they need to take action. What information do we have for my wonderful Sagittarius? Yes, Sagittarius. Yes, indeed. Let's see what we have. Yeah. Yes. You know what's so interesting? I'm looking at these cards here, Sagittarius, and when I look at these, you know these messages are timeless, right? So you all have had people around you who did not have your best interest at heart, that was causing all kinds of friction in your life. The person could also be a Sagittarius, an Aries, or Leo, but they are vibrating low, right? You're vibrating high, but it could be, you know how you could have two people the same sign, they can even have the same birthday, but one could be positive, one could be negative. That's what I'm saying. Like, you are very positive, Sagittarius. This person around you is also a fire sign, and for some reason they're jealous, they're envious, and they're trying to do everything they can to burn you. But I want to get real close so you can see this. See right here where this person's hand is red, and the people that's also hanging with them, like they're cronies, they can't reach you either. So this person, every time they try to burn you, they end up burning themselves, Sagittarius. Yeah. This person is very toxic. Very, very, very toxic energy. This right here, this is Devil card. This person has Capricorn in their chart as well, right? So when I toss out signs, when I say, okay, this person could have this in their chart or have that in their chart or this or that, whatever the case may be, but they have a lot of internal issues. And this person right here, this represents first and foremost duality, right? This is your divine masculine to your divine feminine. You're divine masculine by default, so you are a giver, right? But this person energy has been giving you a lot of static, a lot of drama, a lot of mess. Yes. Again, they could have Aries, Sagittarius, or Aries in their chart. It doesn't mean that it's their sun sign, okay? Just want to be clear. Yes, yes, yes. Some of you all, like what I said, in a relationship with the person, and it could be, like I said, that person could be like, you thought they were your twin flame or whatever, but they are extremely toxic, doing all kinds of stuff behind your back. Wow, right? Listen, and it, like I said, it even could have been an ex. Somebody could be fresh out of a relationship, but nevertheless, and I mean, just the residual of that toxicity is a mess. That person is going to try to come back into your space. Here's the thing, Sagittarius. This is why you all have to stay laser focused on what you like to do, like being joyful, being hopeful, staying in a posture of gratitude, because people are starting to try to come back into your space, Sagittarius, that don't need to be there. This is how you should look at some people. Like, I would not get back with you. I wouldn't be friends with you anymore unless, even if I saw a pig fly through the sky, because people are going to try to come back into your space. And I'm talking about people that you really, really have strong feelings for. And again, it's not everything is not a romantic relationship. Some people are just, you know what? I just love that person as a friend. But my goodness, I didn't know they were that toxic. Yes, they are just that toxic. It was like you were in a relationship with a demon. Somebody who chose the demon side of themselves, right? Yeah. But guess what? You chose the angel side of yourself. And not only that, you have guardian angels watching over you, a chief angel just sitting there watching you, just like, I'm not going to let. See, you have this demon right here, but you also have this angel right here. And you're looking for new windows of opportunity when it comes to money. This is why I need you all to have laser focus. I'm serious, Sagittarius, because people are really trying to get you off your game, trying to get you to just be all out of sorts. So this is, again, we're moving towards this full moon. This is the time that you're focused on being joyful, on being hopeful, having a very positive outlook on life, removing any energies from around you that is extremely toxic. Sometimes you cannot see who's jealous of you, who's envious, who's trying to burn you because of your good heart. You couldn't imagine them trying to do it to you because you wouldn't do it to them, right? Absolutely. This is what I really like about these moon phases, right? Because we have several moon phases. We have the new moon, we have the waxing crescent moon, we have the first quarter moon, which is also the half moon. We have the what else? We have the waxing gibbous moon. We have the full moon, which we're moving towards the full moon. We have the waning gibbous moon. We have the last quarter moon, which is also considered as a half moon. And we have the waning crescent moon. So throughout all these phases, things are being exposed, right? Like, so for instance, during the new moon, that's the time where, like, your quiet creativity. This is when you're in the planning mode. I'm just kind of sort of planning. You know how you hear that thing, people say move in silence? Yeah, during the new moon, first quarter moon, that's the time to get active. Okay, I've been planning. Now it's time to implement some of those plans. Full moon, that's when you're at the peak. This when things are being revealed both in you and around you. You just taking action. And then, of course, you have the other moon phases. But remember, we're born into a world of natural cycles. So we go through all of these cycles. So, for instance, when you go through a cycle of being in a relationship, and the relationship could be a platonic one, a romantic one, or whatever, of people who are jealous, that's your opportunity to learn. That's your opportunity to look at it as a learning lesson, not stay stuck in that and go, gosh, how come I didn't see it? How come I didn't notice it? Well, what was going on with me? This is where you're going to really tap into your intuition. Because again, we're born into a world of natural cycles. So it's these type of people are not going anywhere. They're going to come back around. But the next time they come back around in a different form, you'll be able to spot it. You'll be able to spot it ahead of time. You won't enter into a relationship with the person who has all these internal issues, right? You'll tap into the God in you and start paying attention, like really, really paying attention, like not because you're bitter, but because now you've been awakened. Yeah. Yes, Sagittarius. Let's talk about the number 45 for just a second. Number 45, right? The number 45 is the number showing how the manifestation of freedom helps you to access the highest wisdom. When we first introduced the number 45, we're introduced to it usually in school, like 45-degree angle. So if you could think about like the Great Pyramid sitting on a perfect four-sided square, because the number 4 in 45 gives you a firm foundation. The number 5 in 45 gives you the ability to communicate and experience freedom of movement, and the ability, and the root number 9, because 4 plus 5 is 9, completes the picture, like holding the wisdom of love and all the previous 8 single digits. So when I talk about in numerology, when I talk about root numbers, I'm talking about being reduced to a single digit. So 45 is reduced to the number 9. 4 plus 5 is 9. It's reduced to that single digit. But the combination of those numbers gives you magnetic energy. That you were born a humanitarian, merging independence and discipline, right? So this is, when this cycle comes back around, this type of person is, like I said, the universe balances everything out. For every good person, there's a bad person. For every person that chooses good, there's a person who chooses bad. I need to change that up. So for every person that chooses good, there's a person who chooses bad. For every person that chooses to be an angel, somebody chooses to be a demon, right? So these people never go away. It's now, am I paying attention to my intuition, right? Am I going to stay focused on vibrating high? Am I going to let the full moon expose everything in me and around me, letting me know I have a choice to vibrate high? Because this is going to take care of itself. These type of people are going to take care of themselves. So right now, you're looking for new windows of opportunity. You're not even thinking about this kind of spirit, because these types of people chose to vibrate low, but they can't touch you. They can't touch you at all. That's the beauty of all of this, Sagittarius, is that they can't touch you. They cannot touch you. Yeah. Boy, I tell you, and people are going to try to come back into your space, and you're like, now that I know better, I'm doing better. I'm listening to my intuition, so I'm not going to fall back into that trap. Now or never, I'm not falling back into that. This is what I like to hear from you, Sagittarius. Remaining optimistic, remaining focused. Like, I'm not letting these naysayers, these negative, what can we call them? Negative Nancys, negative Neds. We're not letting these negative people come back into our space. People who are not on our frequency. People who actually, quite frankly, act like there's something else going on with them. Like they're being driven by another spirit or something. Yeah. What else we have here? Yep. Yeah. And a lot of y'all are getting to a point where y'all are really getting tired of going through these different cycles with certain people. You're like, you know what? I'm just over it. I'm tired of going through the same cycle with you. You're just not going to change. You know, you're just a person who's bringing a bunch of negative energy into my space, and it's just a distraction at this point. And so a lot of y'all are focused on, hey, perfect synergy in the workplace. So this is not unusual for you all, because again, your planet is the planet of good fortune, right? And optimism. So it's not surprising that you don't necessarily have problem in the workplace when it comes to your money. But this is now making sure all your life is balanced out. All your entire life is good. Your financial situation is good, and the friends around you are good. You're in a good, healthy headspace, a good, healthy relationships with people. Yeah, so a lot of you all are focusing on things that made you happy even during your childhood. Like, how did I get to a place where I allow certain people to come into my space? I wasn't like that when I was a child. You know, I remember having some good friends, but now that I'm older, how did I let this type of energy into my space? Yeah, so a lot of y'all are taking it back to basics. Yeah, when I'm talking about what's nostalgic, what feels good to you, listening to your intuition, that childlike faith, that's what you're going back to. So here we go. We have the King of Swords. Things are becoming crystal clear to you now. Who needs to go and who needs to stay, right? You're just kind of tired of going through the cycles with certain people that are making you cry. Your ancestors are like, okay, you went through this thing like 9 times. Look, 9. 4 plus 5, 9. You went through this thing like 9 times. We're not going through this 99 times. Then it's the 9th time. Okay, this thing about to flip back over to another cycle. At this point, like we here, we talking to you, we're not going to leave you, we're not going to forsake you, but we're tired of seeing you crying, right? So your ancestors have been hurting along with you, like just like sad because you're sad, but they're never going to leave you, right? They've been watching over you, protecting you, keeping you safe the whole time. Yeah. And so now a lot of you all have said, okay, enough is enough. This is you sitting on water. See this person right here with a sailboat, getting someplace real quiet, meditating, getting to your crown chakra, saying, you know what? Give me the strength to get away from that type of energy from now on, that demonic energy from now on. So kudos to you. kudos to you, Sagittarius, because who wants to continue being around that kind of energy, that kind of low vibrating energy, which is hard sometimes to get away from, especially if there's some other deep issues, right? Deep issues, and I'm talking about, it could be like family issues or whatever, like some childhood trauma or things like that, which just causes you to be attracted to that kind of energy. Yeah, so those are some things that you may want to work through. Again, I can help you with that. If you want to contact me for a personal reading, we can talk about it. But through channeling, that's also a good way. That's having the ability to receive messages from the spiritual world. You know, your ancestors are not, they've been around you the entire time. Yeah. You know what it used to feel like when you were younger. This is about you going back to the basics, like really listening to your intuition, listening to, you know, all the advice that your grandparents gave you or loved one, elders and stuff in your family, even around you. Like a lot of people grew up in church. There were people around you who may have said things to you that just made perfect sense. You know, it didn't make perfect sense then, but it makes perfect sense to you now when you go back and you think about it. Like, wow, you know what? I didn't understand what that meant then because I was a child, but I understand fully what it means now. Yeah. So, yeah, channeling the ability to receive messages from the spirit realm, right? Also, being clear cognizant, just knowing the things without being told them, like knowing that something is off with the spirit. I mean, very off with the spirit. And so it's like just being clear cognizant, knowing, because a lot of people are spiritually gifted. All of us are spiritually gifted. Some people are afraid of it. They shy away from it. But anyway, let's get this oracle card. Remember, these are the Sacred Self-Care Oracle cards by Jill Pyle. Yes. Let's see what these cards have to say. They always have something to say. Yes, they do, Sagittarius. Use your hands. So, you know, 5 plus 3 is 8. That's the money exchange number, right? We're talking about the number 45 today, but 8 is the money exchange number. When we look at this right here, this is something that for you, all this information is going to start flowing to you while using your hands. Some of you all like to knit, some of you all like to sew, some of you all like pottery, some of you all, something that you're doing with your hands. That's where the answers, where you're really concentrating. That's where you're going to start getting those answers coming through to you. Something that's where you'll be using your hands. Some of you all like gardening, depending on where you are. I know where I am is freezing cold, so nobody's going to be gardening outside. Some of you all could be replanting your plants in the house, even though it could be snowing outside. You could be replanting but something that where you're concentrating is how messages are going to start coming through to you about making sure you don't repeat those same cycles with this type of energy that comes in appearing to be a twin flame or somebody who is on your same frequency, only to find out later on this person chose their demonic side, right? Yes, that's what I have for you. All your answers are going to come in this particular reading. This is the messages that I'm getting, is that through something that you're concentrating on while using your hands, messages are coming through to help you not go back through this same cycle with this. And I'm getting like cycle of abuse. Okay, that's what I have for you. Have a great one. Bye.